What's up, guys? I'm here again with another video of a market breakdown on how I took 0 trades today. And usually I trade until 11 in the morning. My time window is from 9:30 to 11 a.m., which is just the New York session. I don't trade PM, I don't trade Asia, I don't trade London. I just stay within this time. But today, as you can see, it's only 10:30, as you can see here. Oops. It's only 10:30. And I'm already done. And reason being is just I am not seeing what I like, and I do not expect to see anything that I will like. And that's just something that everyone needs to work on when you're trying to become profitable is you need to know when you're not supposed to be trading. It's good to know when you're supposed to be trading. It's good to know when you're not supposed to, because then you can mitigate a lot of losses and yeah, preserve your win rate. Why would you want to trade during a time where the market obviously isn't favoring you and it's not favoring your signatures? So for bias coming into the day, I was bullish. Continuing yesterday, we still have the same exact draws intact, being this high here on ES and the previous week high on NQ and the previous week high here on ES. Both of those draws are still intact. No rejection anywhere, making me remain bullish. Now, at market open, or even before market open, we took previous day high on both NQ and ES. So my idea was like, all right, we're either just going to displace through the previous day high and ignore it and go straight to this high. I probably won't get an entry. Or it's going to start pulling back and get a rebalance. And at that point, I need to wait for a good pullback. So right at open, we came up and we made this equal high. Left this equal high. It's with like some type of 15-minute high here, all the way here. Made an equal high here. I have an equal high indicator that just marks out all of them because that is a good draw. I wouldn't want to be shorting, I wouldn't want to be shorting when there's an equal high at my stop loss. I wouldn't want to be longing when there's an equal low at my stop loss. And I do want to be targeting equal highs because those are like retail traders. They see it's a bounce, whatever. It's just basic ICT concept. So at first at open, we had two 15-minute gaps in this leg. We had this one and we had this one. This one got tapped pre-market, and since we just took previous day high and didn't displace through it, I wanted to see a pullback into the more discounted one, the second one, the lower one, because it's just a higher probability that it reverses there. And in this leg, today was an NFP day, so we left this data low. But since I was so bullish to these draws, I didn't expect us to have to come all the way down to take this. Now, within this 15-minute gap, there's just this 1-minute low, which this was like the spot that I was waiting for to get hit before I actually went to take a long. Coming in at open, we tapped this 15-minute gap. There was no inversion in this leg. And regardless, I would not have taken it because I would have wanted this low to get taken. This is like basically an almost equal low at your stop loss. Not a good idea. You should not have liquidity at your stop loss. This being a 5-minute intermediate low. You'd want to wait for that to get taken. So that's what I did. And I started really liking this because we started generating this liquidity, leaving these highs, this low resistance liquidity. And I thought that we would come down. What I want to see was for us to come down, take out this low on either asset, make it a good manipulation leg, have a nice fair value gap to use for an inverse, and go. Now, instead, we took out the low on both assets, and by then it was already 10 a.m. And at this point, I was kind of weirded out. especially looking at the 4-hour chart. As you can see, we ended up souping this high, closing strongly below it, making a big wick. And this is like, I remember a day, it was a couple weeks ago, where this same exact scenario happened where I was bullish. I had reason to be bullish, but we souped the previous day high, and I kept trying to long to it. And I ended up losing that day, and I was pretty upset. So now I had remembered that this time, and I learned to not keep trying to long to this high until all sell side liquidity is taken. So that's exactly what I did today. For sell side liquidity, we had the 4-hour intermediate low all the way at the bottom. There was data low, this intermediate low on the 15-minute. So I wanted to wait for all that to be taken before trying to long, since my original area didn't work and we ended up souping the high. Now instead, we just dumped through everything, and even though we finally hit this part, I still did not, even if we did get an inversion right here, I probably would not have taken it. Reason being, when market is about to reverse versus when market is about to continue, the market structure looks completely different. For example, if you, let's say market is pulling back and you want to take a long, you'd want to see us do exactly what we did here. We left an equal high, then came here, generated some liquidity, that low resistance liquidity, and then come up and having like clear structure, like clear highs and lows, and then a clear inversion. Have an inverse here, and then it would go up. Instead, what we got is right here, where we left the equal high, made the LRL, and then just dumped through everything, got a tiny little pullback, not showing, it's showing sell strength. In this one, you get a big pullback, then good clear structure, good clear highs and lows, higher high, higher low, whatever, lower high, lower low. But instead, we got this tiny one. And then we just dumped through everything, continue to dump. So if you got an inversion here, what looks cleaner? What would you rather long from? From here, where it's showing clearness, the like sell pressure is dying down, it looks like it's just generating liquidity to be taken out, or here where it looks like it's just dumping and that the sells are strong. When the sells look strong like that, you don't want to long against that. So after seeing that, even though it's 30 minutes before 11 a.m., I'm already good to get off. And I just think that since we still have all that selling pressure, we're probably going to come for this 4-hour low. And then at that point, either we displace through it and we will be bearish again to this low, or we will reject it. But by then it'll be way past 11 a.m., not during my trading time. So why would I sit here and wait for something when I know it's not going to come during the time I need it? Now, all the targets were good today. My draw was good. Just things didn't, happen how I wanted it to happen. And that's okay. You have to be able to, recognize that. A scenario that would have worked for me, where even though we dumped here, would have been if we still rejected, I would not have taken an inverse. I would have waited, now that it shows we rejected this area, till we get some buying strength, maybe make a 5-minute gap, pull back into the bullish 5-minute gap, respect it, and then get along like that to my draws. But that obviously didn't happen. We just continued to displace through everything and made no type of structure that signaled that we want to reverse. Therefore, I didn't want to long anymore because it wasn't showing my signatures. It wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. And I didn't want to short just because obviously we already took all the draws. We already dumped from market open 400 points. So the odds of us getting a little pullback and continuing to dump another 200 points this low are very, very low. And second of all, I'm not quite convinced for shorts yet because we still have left this high. We still left this previous week high. So at that point, when you don't want to long and you also don't want to short, that's when you just get off and you go on with your day and you preserve your capital for the better days that are more clear. Like yesterday. Yesterday for me was super clear. Even though I lost, I ended up losing. My conviction was right. My draw was right. everything was right. I just got unlucky with a resweep, and I didn't get an entry on the resweep, and that's all good. Things like that happen, and you just have to move on, deal with it, instead of crashing out and breaking your rules and blowing your accounts. It'll not do you any good. You will not gain anything from it other than losing your money, your hard-earned money on evals that you could be saving and getting funded. So yeah, that's just a lesson. And I'm glad that this happened, because the last time the same exact scenario happened where I was trying to long, I ended up taking losses and blowing my account from it. And now that the same scenario happened and I'm able to record a video about it and post it online, I will better remember it. So next time it won't even take me a second to realize. I'll just notice it right away. Today it still took me some time. Thankfully there were no like fake out setups that happened for me to even take. But I'm happy with how I played today. I'm happy that I'm able to learn this lesson. And once again, I'll be back tomorrow. If anyone has any questions, whether why, like what my model is, why I did certain thing, why I didn't take a certain trade, feel free to leave any questions at all in the comments or any video ideas. And or if you have any critiques about my trading or about my videos, also leave that. I'm open to any critiques. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. And I made a TikTok account where I just post. I don't post every day on it. I only post like setups that I actually take. Like the setup that I took yesterday, I posted it. Even though it was a loss, it doesn't matter. So if you just want to see my actual execution and the actual like recording of my execution, you can go on there. I'll pop the ad up on the screen right at the top. Also, adding on, it has now passed like 15 extra minutes, and there were inverses that happened. I just wanted to explain why I wouldn't have taken them and why I didn't take them. There was this 5-minute where mechanically, yeah, everything's there. You have another 5-minute above, but yeah, you're gonna get break even if you break even at this one. So let's just use that. Let's just say you waited for both of them to be inversed. One, it's a humongous stop loss. Two, the RR isn't really there. You're gonna have to target all the way here just to get your RR. And if you look on the lower time frame, this is a horrible leg. This isn't a clear 5-minute. Look at all these lows that we left. You don't want this at your stop loss. If you are, wanting the market to reverse back up, you want it to be clear, no black, like red candles within this leg against your trade. Here you have that. Like I said, the only scenario I would have wanted to see here, since we weren't really rejecting, was to show a rejection instead of trying to catch the bottom. Would have been if we rejected, created a 5-minute gap, and manipulated into it to get along. Which, if you look at the 5-minute, that did happen. But then if you look within the 1 minute, it's all chop. It's not a clear rejection leg. It's not something you'd want to see. If it was a big, like, mostly green candles leg up, that would show a strong rejection. This doesn't. Like here, for example, if we pull back into this 5-minute and get along, this is a good leg. But it's already 11 a.m., it's too late, and this is still here. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly add this and explain it in case anyone else saw it and was concerned. If someone took it and got break-evened or is wondering why it wasn't good, that's just my thought process of it. So take care, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow.